All right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling incredible. My name is Haziq Ali. Give me a replay, gang, if you're checking out the replay. I'm here to help you make more money with your business, man. That's pretty much it. If you're an entrepreneur, then this is the show for you. You are in the right place at the right time. If you are not an entrepreneur, but you're a servant leader, check it out. You're in the right place at the right time. If you're not an entrepreneur and you don't see yourself as a leader, this is not the show for you. If you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you don't want to be a leader, a servant leader, this is not the show for you. But if you do, baby, I got some great news. You ready?
You have something special.
Yeah.
You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time.
See how I did that?
We're going to bring the millionaire out of
Let's
you.
go! Or should I say, let's grow? Y'all ready? It's check-in time. Rep your city.
Please announce yourself.
Let them know where you from. We want to know what kind of business you have. We
All
want to know
participants are muted.
how you help others with your business.
Entry and exit tones are off.
We're really into that around here because we believe your business is worth a lot more than you think. We believe that entrepreneurs are the cream of planet Earth. We believe that without entrepreneurs, this world would be way more jacked up because we're the ones that solve the problems, man. It's never the government. Nobody else is coming to save you. We got to save ourselves. And it's like entrepreneurs are the ones that know that. Entrepreneurs support civilization. Can you get what I mean? Entrepreneurs are here to solve problems. They support civilization. But here's the question, y'all. Who supports the entrepreneurs? Who supports the entrepreneurs? So we're going to get into that in a minute. Good morning, Ashley. Hope you're feeling good this morning, Queen. What's up, JG? Let's go. My man JG was MIA all yesterday, but I know he's putting in work. What's up, Vanessa? How you feeling this morning, Queen? Your Hura is in the building. That means freedom, if you don't know. My man Ken, Mr. Gowdy made it in this morning. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Wood made it in. Mr. Ingram, let's go. Let's go. Digital Daryl's in the house. Stone Mountain is in the building. California's in the house. You know, I'm glad y'all checking in from the Facebook group. I put that in the comments. I haven't done that in a long time. But I was like, let me shout out the Facebook group. Y'all know we got a Facebook group called Entrepreneurishment that is really good for you if you want nourishment as an entrepreneur. We also have a newsletter right on cue. Our newsletter for entrepreneurs and servant leaders. You can find it at millionaireminded.com, but it doesn't say it's a newsletter. It says that you're going to get the affirmations and all of that. So you will get the affirmations, but also it adds you automatically to the newsletter. So just go there, put your name, put your email address in that little box, and it's going to add you to the newsletter list. Yeah, I feel you, JG. Mr. Terry. Good morning, Mr. Terry. Hope you're feeling good. Dr. Marilyn is in the house. Let's go. Good morning, Samaya. Yeah, we was waiting on you. Now we can get started. Now we can get this thing started. So this morning, what we're talking about, y'all, is we're talking about supporting entrepreneurs as always. We're talking about how entrepreneurs support society and all of that. Make sure you like this joint, man. How we got all these people. We got so far dozens of people on this thing and 2 likes. Y'all are cold. Can somebody like this? Hopefully it's going to be good, but that don't matter. Just like it now. Like it before it's too late. Nah, it ain't never too late. But check it out, y'all. Entrepreneurs support civilization, but who supports the entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurship is a lonely but rewarding venture. We all know that. It's a lonely path to the top, but that don't mean you got to go at it alone. And if you're a new business owner, a lot of times you know you're supposed to have like some kind of financial person in place, like an accountant. You already know you should have a lawyer 9 times out of 10 so you can look over contracts. But people rarely talk about all these other support networks you need if you're trying to start and grow a business. These networks are going to be good for helping you get focused, motivated, helping you stay accountable. These are sources of encouragement. These are sources of ideas. These are sources of referrals. You get what I mean? Support networks, y'all. These are the resource that a lot of people are missing. because you think that you're a solo animal. You believe in this myth of the self-made entrepreneur. Nobody's self-made. You get what I mean? Well, really, everybody's self-made. There's a saying that says everybody's self-made, but only the successful admit it. But what I'm saying is on a different level, right? I'm widening your point of view. I'm saying that at the end of the day, even though what they mean by that is you're the one that made those choices, you're the one that nourished that network, et cetera, so forth. The simple truth is you ain't going to be able to get this done by yourself. It's your support networks that are going to give you the feedback. It's the support networks that are going to give you the constructive criticism, because you can get enough of the other kind from everywhere else. It's these support networks that are going to give you guidance. Regardless of what stage your business is in, you're going to need support. It is a problem if your business is in the toddler stage and you're teaching it how to drive a car, just like it's a problem if your business is in the teenager stage and you're teaching it how to tie its shoes. See what I did there? Every single level brings new devils. Every single ceiling of one floor is the roof of the next one. I could go on and on and on with all the metaphors, but let's get this thing started. So these are, I was saying 7, but I'm gonna give you 9 different support networks that every entrepreneur needs for success. You ready? Everybody ready for this? All right, let's get it. Yeah, it's June 1st. Let's go. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's exactly right, E1. What's up, Angel? I'm glad you made it in this morning. If you need help getting started, then we got help for you. We got help for you. Don't trip. All right, y'all. So here go 9 different networks you need. The first one is mentors. Can somebody type, you need a mentor, and then share this on your page? You need a mentor. Hey, you need a mentor. Anybody care to name their mentors in the comments? Anybody care to shout out who their mentors are? Everybody know what a mentor is? Sometimes people don't know what that word means. That don't mean somebody teach you kung fu or something like that. A mentor is simply somebody who has experience in the area where you need help. A mentor is somebody who's willing to help you. Not only do they have the experience so they're able, but also they have the attitude so they are willing. These are the people that provide you direction. These are the people that provide you guidance. These are the people that shorten your learning curve by months, or they shorten your learning curve by years. You got me? Sometimes mentoring relationships can be formal. Sometimes mentoring relationships can be informal. They can be in person or they can be virtual. You got what I mean? But generally speaking, where people mess up with a mentor is because the mentor gives a lot more than the mentee. The mentee thinks that they have no responsibility. That's the quickest way to lose a good mentor. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making you think you should call yourself an employee when really you should be calling yourself an apprentice. Y'all know what an apprentice is? An apprentice is someone who pays their mentor with either money or service. What are you doing for your mentor? What are you doing for your mentor? You know, a lot of my mentees, they join my academy. You know, that's their way of paying, you know, it's almost like tithes and offerings if you consider this like your church, if this is a place you go for nourishment, et cetera, so forth. But they're not doing it for me. God is good. I'm blessed and fortunate to not need to mentor for money or coach for money. That's not my play here. I think that most of my mentees do that for themselves because they know every time you sow seed, you're scheduling a harvest. I think a lot of my mentees recognize that at the end of the day, they are doing for themselves by supporting what supports them. You get what I mean? What about you? A lot of times the mentee is going to check in with you periodically. You know, we're here every single morning, like pretty much 5 days a week. We used to do it 7 days a week, but y'all get what I mean? What I would suggest you do is get a mentor. Here's the second one I got for you. Accountability partners. Man, I really appreciate that, y'all. I really appreciate all the love. I love that. That's kind of embarrassing. So I ain't gonna post everybody's mentors. I'm gonna let y'all keep that private and stuff. And I'm very humbled by everybody who said me. You know, we just getting started, baby. Like we just getting started. All right, but here's the second group. Y'all ready? If you want to get more of my help, then join the email list. All you do is go to wearemillionaireminded.com, or you can go to millionaireminded.com. Put your name and your email in that box that says you're going to get the affirmations or whatever free gift, and it'll add you to the newsletter. And then every single Friday at 3:30 p.m., you get our newsletter, which is mindset, skill set, and heart set. You know, I always give you an insight that'll change the way you're looking at the world. I always give you a quote from somebody famous, and I give you the source we got the quote from. And then I always give you Hazik's technique of the week that you can use to grow your business. And that's absolutely right, P.O. Any mentor, teacher, or coach who doesn't have a mentor, teacher, or coach has lost the right to be a mentor, a teacher, or a coach. So I just wanted to throw that out there. You definitely need a mentor. Here's the second group you need. Here's the second network you need. Accountability partners. Accountability partners, baby. Do you have any accountability partners? This is probably competing with mentor for the most important person in your whole life. I've heard statistics that say 80% of people that achieve their goals do it because they have an accountability partner of some sort. These are the people that hold you accountable for completing short-term projects. These are people that hold you accountable for knocking the things down on your target list that you said you wanted to knock down. This could be a free relationship. This could be a paid relationship. It could be a virtual. It could be in person. It could be somebody you meet up with at Starbucks every single weekend to recap what happened that week. It could be somebody you chop it up with at nighttime after you get the kids to bed and you're like, hey, I knocked this out. Hey, I knocked this out. In the Kaizen Academy, we have an accountability community that's pretty dope. So again, that's a little shameless plug for you joining the Kaizen Academy. If you have not thought about it, maybe this is a good time to do it. We here June 1st, baby. At the time I record this, some of y'all watching the replay, give me a replay, gang. But for a bunch of you that are watching live, check it out. This is the beginning. Well, it's the end of the second quarter. Actually, July 1st starts the second half of the year. But you get my point. This is a great time for you to consider starting a new practice that'll get you a new result. So here's how accountability partners work. You tell your accountability partner the project you're working on. You tell them the estimated completion date. You got me? And you tell them the desired result. I'm going to say that one more time so you get it, so you can write it down. You tell them what you're working on. You tell them the estimated completion date, and then you tell them the desired result. Send them a tentative outline if you want, right? What are the steps that are required to complete this project? And then you set a check-in schedule. Y'all with me? And during these check-ins, all you're going to do is give updates on your progress. You're going to discuss some challenges. You're going to talk about the next steps. You're going to ask for advice because sometimes even if they aren't an expert in what it is you're trying to do, like a mentor is, maybe they're just an objective point of view. Your partner can be a mentor, but they can also be a friend. They can also be a colleague, a counterpart, a coworker. Essentially, an accountability partner can be anybody that wants to see you win. Does that make sense to everybody out there? All right, here's the third group. Y'all ready? Coaches. Now, I've often heard it said that a coach is someone that will sacrifice friendship for your success. You know, a lot of times friends will sacrifice your success for the friendship. They know you shouldn't be eating that extra donut or having that extra dessert. They know you shouldn't be binge watching this television show when you just now said yesterday that you had this goal you want to accomplish. But guess what? A friend ain't going to bring it up because they don't want to make the conversation awkward. A coach don't GAF. You get me? A coach is going to go hard, and pardon my language for any of all right. But what I'm saying is a coach is going to go hard. So a lot of times a coach is that person that's going to help you develop personally or help you develop professionally. You got to hire that coach. You got to pay them for a set amount of time, even though it could be extended if both of y'all wanted to be extended. You can work with multiple coaches simultaneously. Maybe you have a relationship coach at the same time as you have a business coach. Maybe you have a spiritual coach or a yoga coach at the same time as you have some kind of physical fitness personal trainer type coach. All we're saying is be sure that you consider who it is you're hiring Make sure that you consider that they are qualified to help you before you invest in their services. Because we're living in a day and time where a lot of people claim to be a coach. Then you're going to pay their little fee. You're going to get in their coaching program, and it's going to be a bunch of crap you could have Googled. You got me? Also, remember on that note, you can fire a coach if the coach ain't stepping up to where you need them to step up. If they ain't providing the service and support you need, get rid of them. Here's the fourth group for you. You ready? Mastermind groups. Mastermind groups. A mastermind group that we started changed my life, man. We called it Wambaji, which is Swahili for the creators. Because our whole vibe was you was created by a creator to be creative, and we would get together. It was me. It was my man Cavario from Don Diva magazine. One of my best friends, Coach Mark, Zada, bunch of people I could shout out right now. It was about 7 of us, I'd say. And we would gather up every single weekend. We would go over books that we were reading. We would pick a book that we were going to read that month. We would listen to different podcasts and YouTube videos. We patterned it off what was called a junto. Ben Franklin famously had something called a junto. You may want to Google this, Junto, a junto. And this is where Ben Franklin would gather the firemen, the lawyers, the doctors, all the men about town that were doing something with their lives. And they would come together and kind of decide the direction of the city, decide the direction of the town, decide the direction of the culture. You get what I mean? I hope everybody's feeling real good about the fact that you need a mastermind group. This is not only going to keep you accountable, but what Napoleon Hill called the mastermind effect starts to kick in. When the 6 people, when the people that are involved have the 6 qualities of a mastermind group: dependability, loyalty, ability, positive mental attitude, applied faith. There's one more that I'm forgetting right now, but you can Google it. You can Google the qualities of a mastermind group. But if everybody has that quality, then what happens is 1 + 1 starts to equal 11. You get what I mean? All of a sudden, when 2 or more are gathered in his name, gathered in purpose, when they touch and agree, it's like God steps in the room. It's sort of a mystical, spiritual exercise. But what you want to do is gather this mastermind group, gather this group of like-minded men and women. You want to meet on a regular basis, and everybody goes in turn and kind of starts talking about their successes. Everybody goes in turn and kind of starts discussing their challenges, or they brainstorm ideas. They consider possible solutions based on everybody suggesting their best stuff. They meet in person or they meet virtually. This is a whole new thing, y'all. Now we can meet virtually. We don't even have to catch a plane. We don't have to drive across town. It can be formal or informal. They can be paid or unpaid. But I'm going to tell you something. They're always beneficial. They're always beneficial. Here's the 5th one I got for you. Therapy. You need a therapist. Somebody say, I need a therapist. I need a therapist. And then share this with your group. I need a therapist. Man, we go to a mechanic when we need to tune our car up. Notice I didn't say when the car is broke down and on the side of the road. You need a tune up just because you put miles on that thing. Does that make sense? And you want to extend the longevity. Listen, you need a landscaper, man, to take care of your yard, your front yard, your backyard. Make sure the HOA don't get on your behind. You know what I mean? It does not mean that the house is somehow falling apart. It does not mean that your yard is overrun with rodents or termites or pests of some sort. No, you're just doing it for maintenance. So if you would get someone to help you maintain the car, and that don't mean your car is broke. If you would get someone to help maintain your yard, and that don't mean your yard is broke, why y'all be thinking that to go to a therapist means I'm crazy? That's ridiculous. What a therapist is doing, the same way a mechanic has studied the way that car works, a therapist has studied the way that the human mind works. She or he has studied the way that the stimuli that you grew up in are affecting the person that you've become or the person you're becoming. Somebody say, I need a therapist. I need a therapist. And then share this with somebody, because I'm telling you, you can help remove the stigma for somebody that's never considered therapy before, and it could save their life. It could save the lives of people around them, or it could just increase the quality of life. All of these are good things. Here's the sixth one I got for you. Meetups. Anybody ever been to meetup.com? Yeah, facts. You know, I appreciate everybody kind of saying that. Therapy is amazing, King. You know, it's crazy. Everybody else that said it, yeah, Kim, that's how you spell it, Junto. Y'all should Google that, Junto. Google Ben Franklin and Junto, and y'all will get what I mean. All right, but under number 6, anybody ever been to meetup.com? You can connect in person with people that have similar interests in business, similar interests in hobbies, similar interests in fitness. This is also a great place to grow your personal network, because if you go to some real estate meetups and you help with, let's say, personal credit, well, you know, personal credit's a big step for people being able to get real estate. So you showing up to a real estate meetup, meeting realtors, meeting lenders, meeting real estate investors, that could be a smart use of your time. And think about this. How are you going to get new results if you don't try new activities? You cannot just meet up with people to learn new things or create networks. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to do some kind of presentation. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to do some kind of workshop. Maybe this is a way you can connect with potential partners for all kinds of business projects. Most meetups are free to attend. Some might require a small fee, but here's a little hack for you. What if you started your own meetup? What if you were the one that created a group of people that share your same interests? I don't care if you're a bartender. There will be some power in creating a meetup for bartenders. I guarantee it. And that leads me to number 7. What about professional organizations, y'all? These are member-based organizations that cater to specific communities, right? Maybe it's a continuing education professional organization, or maybe it's there to provide some sort of culture, some kind of rules. Maybe what they want to do is get more credibility in the industry. There was a time when chiropractors were looked at as quacks until they started this professional organization. All of a sudden, the medical boards required that they do certain things. Now we look at chiropractor as a real profession, it wasn't always that way. A lot of it had to do with them creating their own professional organizations. This is where you get updates on industry news, updates on laws that have just kicked in, not to mention networking opportunities. So maybe you should join or start a professional organization. A lot of times you have to pay annual dues, et cetera, so forth, or you got to pay registration fees so that everybody can go to the monthly meeting or whatever it is, but you may want to check into that. Here's a couple extra ones. Number 8 for you is friends. I'm sorry I had to mention that, but friends, y'all, friends are your foundation. They're going to listen to you. They're going to encourage you. They're going to be honest with you, even if you don't like it, right? Even if you don't like it. While they may not know what you're talking about, I'm not talking about the friends I described in the beginning that are willing to sacrifice your success to stay friends. I'm talking about the kind of friends that will ask you clarifying questions. I'm talking about the kind of friends that will offer suggestions and give you points of view that maybe you never considered. Here's the whole thing about a friend, though. A lot of times they're able to put all that aside and just comfort you during a challenging time. What about friends, y'all? What about friends? And then the last one I got for you is business development centers. Business development centers. That's number 9 that I bet you many people haven't considered. Again, you know, shameless plug for the Kaizen Academy, because what you need is a network for whom your business growth is their priority. You know, a lot of my students recognize that they can email me and then we turn their emails into Free Coaching Friday, or they can inbox me. And then a lot of times I'll turn the inboxes into screenshots that I'll share so that I can teach everybody who has blessed me with the gift of influence over their lives. But you need, even if it ain't me, some kind of business development center. I'm talking about partners that will help you at all levels of business. I'm talking about workshops and seminars, conferences, networking events. Some of y'all know in the Kaizen Academy right now, we're in the middle of a series we call Prospects on Demand, right? How to create leads from anywhere. So the first class was all about how to find people that are qualified. Second class was about how to establish rapport instantly. This third class is all about how to set appointments. But what are you doing to develop your business? What are you doing to get outside yourself? A lot of times at a brick and mortar business development center, because the Kaizen Academy is more like a virtual version. But sometimes you'll be able to go to these places in person, and all of a sudden you got opportunities to pitch your business to venture capitalists, or present your business to investors and banks. Maybe you need funding and whatnot. They'll connect you with other business owners who can become clients, or other business owners that'll become partners of yours. A lot of times the counseling services at a business development center are a lot cheaper or even free, like what we're doing right now, right? All of this is completely free to you, but maybe you have to pay for the workshops. Maybe you have to pay for the conferences. Maybe you have to pay for special events and services. Bottom line, though, is that you need that in your life. So let me see it in the comments, y'all. Which of these 9 support groups are the ones that you need to be working on developing? Anybody want to throw that in the comments so that your newfound accountability partners and friends can hold you accountable to it? If that's something that you're down for, please, you never know who you can help. Share it in the comments. I don't care if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching from one of the Facebook groups, or you're watching from our Facebook pages. Maybe in the comments, throw in the different support networks that you are going to work on adding to your life as we enter this next part of the year. As we enter the next part of this year, I dare you kind of look at things that you can do. Good morning, Queen. Mrs. Goins in the house. Yeah, my man Ken said therapist. I love that, Ken. I love it for you, dog. You know what I mean? That's what's cracking. Miss Connor said meetups. Yeah, way out there in Colorado Springs. My man Jackie said mastermind group and accountability partner. Let's get it, King. Let's get it. You know that's going to help. Everybody throw your favorite or the one that you know represents the biggest opportunity for your improvement in the comments. But for us, it's affirmation time. It's affirmation time right now. So call in on the line right now. Let's get busy. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am